Hi, I'm Rosalie. After my husband died 5 years ago, I've been living in my parents' old mansion with my daughter's family. Big mistake. I was dusting the grand staircase when Melissa walked by without even acknowledging me. She was talking loudly on her phone about some spa day she was planning. I might as well have been invisible. This massive house that my parents left me had somehow become a place where I felt like an unwelcome guest. Mom, did you pick up Tyler's dry cleaning yet? Melissa didn't even look up from her phone. I haven't had time. I've been cleaning all morning. Well, can you do it today? He needs his suit for tomorrow. I bit my tongue. I have a doctor's appointment this afternoon. Just reschedule it. Tyler's meeting is important. This was the third time this month I'd been asked to rearrange my schedule to accommodate them. I'm 58, not their personal assistant. Later that day, I was in the kitchen preparing dinner when Tyler sauntered in, opening the refrigerator. There's nothing good to eat in this house. I'm literally cooking dinner right now. Yeah, but I'm hungry now. Can you make me something quick? I stopped chopping vegetables. The pasta will be ready in 30 minutes. Whatever. He grabbed a beer and walked out. I called my friend Diana that evening while sitting in my bedroom. They're driving me crazy, Diana. It's like I'm the help, not the owner of this house. You need to set some boundaries, Rosalie. It's your house. I know, but it's Melissa's childhood home too. I wanted Lucas to grow up here like she did. Speaking of Lucas, my 10-year-old grandson was the only bright spot. He knocked on my door and peeked in. Grandma, can you help me with my science project? Of course, sweetie. Come in. At least someone appreciated me. As we worked on his volcano, I heard Melissa and Tyler laughing downstairs, probably making more plans using my money. The next morning was when everything changed. I was making breakfast when Melissa walked through the kitchen with her hand over her nose. Mom, your room absolutely stinks. When was the last time you cleaned in there? It smells like old people. I froze, spatula in hand. Excuse me? Your room, it smells. You should use air freshener or something. It's embarrassing when my friends come over. Your friends don't go in my bedroom, Melissa. They can smell it from the hallway. Just take care of it, okay? She grabbed a yogurt and left, not noticing how her words had cut me to the core. I stood there feeling a strange calm descend over me. 5 years of being treated like a servant in my own home? And now I smelled bad? That afternoon, I sat alone in my supposedly smelly room, looking at photos of my late husband. You wouldn't believe what your daughter has become, I whispered. I opened my laptop and began searching for apartments in the city. It was time for a change. I owned this mansion outright. My parents had left it to me, not Melissa. If my presence was so offensive, perhaps it was time they learned what life would be like without me, and without my house. The next morning, I called my financial advisor and attorney, Marcus. I needed to understand my options. Marcus, can we meet today? It's important. Of course, Rosalie. Is 2 p.m. at my office good? Perfect. And please don't mention this to Melissa if she happens to call you. Client confidentiality is sacred. See you at 2? I arrived at Marcus's downtown office precisely at 2 p.m., clutching a folder with my property documents. So, what brings you in today? You sounded concerned on the phone? I need to know exactly where I stand legally with the mansion. My parents left it to me, not to Melissa, correct? 100%. You are the sole owner. Why? I'm considering moving out and renting it. Marcus adjusted his glasses. Any particular reason? Let's just say I'm tired of being treated like the help instead of the homeowner. Well, legally speaking, you can do whatever you want with that property. You don't need anyone's permission, including Melissa's. Even if she and her family have been living there for years, they have no tenancy rights if they haven't been paying rent with a formal agreement. They're essentially guests in your home. I felt a weight lift off my shoulders. What about renting it out? That's completely within your rights. I can recommend a few property management companies if you'd like. After meeting with Marcus, I called Diana and asked her to meet me at a cafe. You look different today, Diana said as she sat down. I'm finally taking your advice. I'm moving out of the mansion. Wait, what? Where will you go? I've been looking at apartments online. There's a nice building downtown with a doorman and everything. But that's your house, Rosalie. Why should you leave? Because I'm going to rent it out for $15,000 a month to someone who will actually appreciate it. Diana's eyes widened. Holy shit! What about Melissa and Tyler? They'll have to find their own place, won't they? They've been living rent-free for 5 years while treating me like garbage. What about Lucas? That's the hard part, but I'll make sure he knows he can visit anytime. I'm proud of you, but Melissa is going to lose her mind. Let her. I'm done being a doormat. The next day, I went to see a beautiful 2-bedroom apartment with floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the city park. It was perfect. I'll take it, I told the rental agent. When can I move in? We can have it ready by next week. Just need the first and last month's rent plus security deposit. I wrote the check on the spot. After securing the apartment, I contacted Elite Property Management. A sleek woman named Jennifer came to tour the mansion. This is absolutely stunning, Rosalie. We have several clients who would pay premium for a property with this history and character. How soon could you find someone? With the current market, days, not weeks. True to her word, Jennifer called 2 days later. I have a family, the Harringtons, who just relocated from London for business. They're willing to pay $18,000 monthly, and they want to move in as soon as possible. That works perfectly, I said, feeling a thrill of satisfaction. Over the next few days, I quietly packed my most important belongings when Melissa and Tyler were out. I filled my car trunk with boxes and drove them to my new apartment, making multiple trips. One afternoon, Lucas caught me wrapping a photo in bubble wrap. What are you doing, Grandma? Just organizing some things, sweetheart. Are you going somewhere? We'll talk about it soon, okay? It's a grown-up thing. He looked concerned, but nodded. That night at dinner, Melissa and Tyler chatted about a vacation they were planning. Mom, we'll need you to watch the house while we're in Cancun next month. I smiled. We'll see about that. Tyler didn't even look up from his phone. And Lucas has soccer practice every day at 4, so you'll need to take him. They had no idea what was coming. The day before the Harringtons were scheduled to move in, I gathered everyone in the living room. Melissa looked annoyed at having her evening interrupted. What's this about, Mom? Tyler and I were about to start our show. I have something important to tell you all. I'm moving out tomorrow. Tyler barely glanced up from his phone. Where are you going? To Diana's for the weekend? No, I've rented an apartment downtown, permanently. That got their attention. Melissa's eyes widened. What are you talking about? This is your home. Yes, it is. And I've decided to rent it out. The new tenants move in tomorrow afternoon. The silence that followed was deafening. Tyler was the first to recover. This is some kind of joke, right? No joke. The Harrington family has signed a lease for $18,000 a month. Melissa jumped to her feet. You can't do that! We live here! Actually, I can. The house is solely in my name. You've been living here rent-free for 5 years. But this is our home, too. You can't just throw us out. I've given you less notice than you deserve, I admit. But after that comment about my room smelling, I realized how little respect you have for me. Tyler finally put his phone down. This is ridiculous. Where are we supposed to go? That's for you to figure out. You both have jobs. You've saved a fortune living here without expenses. Melissa's face turned red. We haven't saved anything. We've been living our lives. Exactly. On my dime in my house while treating me like your servant. Lucas had been silent, tears welling in his eyes. Grandma, you're leaving us? I knelt beside him. Sweetheart, I'm not leaving you. You can visit me anytime. I have a room just for you at my new place. But why can't we all stay together? Before I could answer, Melissa cut in. Because Grandma is being selfish. After everything we've done for her. I stood up straight. What exactly have you done for me, Melissa? Please enlighten me. We've kept you company. You would have been all alone after Dad died. I would have had peace and respect in my own home. The doorbell rang. Diana was right on time, as planned. What's she doing here? Melissa demanded. Moral support, and to help me with the last of my things. Tyler began pacing. This is insane. You can't legally do this. Actually, she can, Diana interjected. I assume you don't have a lease? Why would we have a lease? She's my mother. Exactly. No lease, no tenant rights. Melissa turned to me, suddenly switching tactics. Mom, please, we need time to find a place. The housing market is terrible right now. You have until 2 p.m. tomorrow. That's when the Harringtons arrive. Who the hell are the Harringtons? Your replacements. They're paying market rate for the privilege of living here. Tyler pulled out his phone. I'm calling our lawyer. Go ahead. Marcus already confirmed I'm within my rights. Marcus is your lawyer, not ours. The situation escalated when a moving truck pulled up outside. Melissa ran to the window. What's happening now? I hired movers for my remaining furniture. You're really doing this. You're throwing your own family out on the street. No, I'm reclaiming my dignity and my property. Lucas tugged at my sleeve. Can I come with you instead, Grandma? Melissa gasped. Lucas, don't be ridiculous. He's welcome anytime, I said. Tyler grabbed his car keys. I need to talk to someone who knows real estate law. This can't be legal. It's completely legal, I said calmly. Check with anyone you like. As Tyler stormed out, Melissa collapsed onto the sofa, finally realizing this was really happening. What are we supposed to do now? Where will we go? Perhaps this is a good opportunity to learn independence, like I had to after your father died. 3 weeks after moving into my downtown apartment, I was enjoying breakfast when my phone rang. It was Melissa. Mom, this is ridiculous. We're staying in a hotel that's costing us $300 a night. Have you found an apartment yet? We can't afford the security deposits. They want first and last month's rent plus an extra month. That's like $10,000 up front. Welcome to the real world of housing costs. Can't you just let us move back until we find something? They signed a 2-year lease. And no, you can't move back. My doorbell rang an hour later. Lucas stood there with Diana. Hope you don't mind, Diana said. He wanted to see your new place. Lucas rushed to hug me. Wow, Grandma, your apartment is so cool. I showed him the guest bedroom I'd decorated with space-themed items. Can I stay over sometimes? Anytime. How are things at home? His face fell. We're staying at Uncle Phil's tiny apartment now. Dad lost his job. They're fighting a lot. A week later, Melissa showed up unannounced, looking frazzled. Mom, I think I owe you an apology. I didn't realize how much we were taking advantage of you. I see. We're struggling. Tyler's unemployment benefits won't start for weeks. So I'm sorry about everything. About how we treated you. Is that all? She looked confused. Well, yeah, I'm apologizing. Isn't that what you wanted? What I wanted was respect in my own home for the past 5 years. What you're offering is an apology motivated by financial desperation. So you're just going to let us suffer? Your own daughter and grandson? Lucas is welcome here anytime. As for you and Tyler, consider this a valuable life lesson. A month later, I hosted a dinner party for Diana and friends from my watercolor class. My phone buzzed with a text from Lucas. Dad got a job at the car dealership. We're moving to an apartment next week. Good news? Diana asked. Lucas will have a proper home again. And how do you feel about everything now? I looked at my beautiful apartment, at the easel by the window where I'd started painting again. I feel free. For the first time in years, I'm living for myself instead of being taken for granted. When Melissa called the next day asking to borrow money for moving expenses, my answer was simple. No, your room stinks of entitlement, and I've moved out of that situation permanently. Would you have thrown your entire family out of your home like Rosalie did? Or would you have given them more time to prepare? At what point does standing up for yourself against toxic family become too harsh? If this story resonated with you, hit the like button and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever had to set extreme boundaries with entitled family members? Subscribe for more revenge stories that'll make you think twice about taking the people in your life for granted.